I'm gonna say this to you guys right now. If you guys do not think that the AEW effect is real, you're a fucking idiot. If you guys think that the AEW effect is real, I want you right now to smash that like button already. I want to see if you guys really think that the AEW effect is real. If you guys hear music in the background, I apologize. It's just my freaking Dominican neighbors just jamming the music just because it's the weekend. But what I want to say here is the AEW effect, folks, is real. It's real. I have so much news right now on Kenny Omega, Double or Nothing, AEW, his contract news that it just came out earlier today. It is fucking crazy. Now, normally I would give you guys WWE news, but I'm gonna save that for tomorrow, for episode 6. This is episode number 5 of the Wrestling Fan Podcast. I'm, of course, Chris. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys are so far loving the content that I've been providing you guys this week, if you guys are loving the podcast, guys, I want you guys to smash that like button as hard as you possibly can. Make sure to comment down below what you guys thought of the fan rally yesterday. Kenny Omega signing with freaking AEW, all that news, so much more, guys. Also, if you guys are watching the channel for the first time, you're watching this video for the first time. Actually, if you're visiting this channel for the first time and you're watching this video for the first time, hit that subscribe button down below. Turn that bell for all notifications. I have uploaded so many things for you guys this week. Raw reviews up on the channel, SmackDown Live reviews up on the channel, NXT reviews up on the channel, a throwback Thursday of WrestleMania 30. Yes, folks, the worst night of my life. I did a review on this particular pay-per-view. Go ahead, guys, check out all those videos. And I also did a top 5 Friday video, which was recorded yesterday, uploaded yesterday. My top 5 greatest heel turns in wrestling history. Go ahead, guys, check out all of these videos. All these videos will be down below in the description. The links to all those videos will be down below in the description. Some of the videos, guys, will be up on the upper right-hand part of your screen on the annotation on the video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to episode number 5 of the Wrestling Fan Podcast right here on YouTube. Today, I got news on Kenny Omega. Signed with AEW yesterday. He was named Executive Vice President and says he will be a full-time wrestler for AEW. Also, I got news on Kenny Omega's contract, his contract length. Also, I'm going to report that for you guys here tonight on the podcast. Also, I got news on Kenny Omega saying that he is completely open to AEW working with WWE. I don't know what that is, but we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it right here in the podcast, man. Also, WWE, bro. Can you believe this? I mean, you guys don't think that the AEW effect is real. WWE. I know this is the only WWE part of the news right here on this podcast particularly. WWE is actively pushing unhappy superstars to combat AEW interests. I wonder fucking why. Yet the people say that the AEW effect is not real. Yep, we'll go over it. Also, Kenny Omega talks about the fantastic offer that Vince made to him. We'll go over it. Also, we're going to go over the AEW updated roster and the confirmed matches for Double or Nothing on May 25th in Las Vegas. We're going to talk about that. So much more right here on episode number 5 of the Wrestling Fan Podcast. First up, I want to say this real quick before we begin the news real quick. I've been seeing on Twitter over the last 24 hours about, after the fan rally, AEW just a TV, it's just a t-shirt company. Oh, AEW is not going to compete with WWE. Why would you say some shit like that? I just want to know why. I said this yesterday on Twitter. AEW, the way that they're building everything right now is like, I hate to use this type of term, is like baking a cake. Yeah, I have to be a fat ass mode on this particular thing. AEW's build on the promotion is like baking a cake. You get all the ingredients in, you get everything that's good, what you want, you grab this, you grab that, you get a few more things, you sprinkle everything else real quick, and you make the cake. You form everything else. Still not ready yet. Oh, this looks good already, but it's not done yet. You gotta make the batter and shit. You gotta get the frosting and everything when it's done. You know, shit like that. And you base the cake and everything. You put the cake in the oven and shit. It's still not ready yet. People think all of a sudden that, oh, that AEW will never compete with WWE and shit. Oh, AEW just a freaking t-shirt company. AEW hasn't even started yet. And yet there's people already criticizing AEW, All Elite Wrestling. They're competition now. Especially after what happened yesterday at the fan rally in Las Vegas. At the pool party in Las Vegas last night. Or should I say back on Friday? No, actually, should I say back on Thursday? Sorry. Thursday. I got today's mixed up. I'm tired, guys, for all week. I'm tired. As you guys see. Back on Thursday, they did the fan rally and everything. It was a really good fan rally. It was really, really good. But everybody was waiting. When's Kenny going to show up? Is Kenny going to show up at the party event? Or is he going to show up for Double or Nothing? I knew, I had a feeling in my gut that Kenny was going to show up at the event. At this ticket information party. I had a feeling he was going to show up. I had a feeling. And I asked myself, and I'm watching this, I'm thinking to myself, Kenny's going to show up. They're probably going to save the best thing for last. Because knowing that Kenny's a free agent and everything, they're not going to hold Kenny until May 25th. No, people want to see Kenny. People want to see Kenny. People want to see, oh, where's he going to sign? Is he going to go back to New Japan? Or is he going to go to AEW? Because he did turn down a deal with World Wrestling Entertainment. He turned down a deal. Cody turned down a deal. Hangman Page turned down a deal. I spoke about this back in episode 1. And the Young Bucks turned down a deal. Let me say this now. If you guys think Vince is not shaking in his boots, you're just a fucking idiot. With Kenny now signing with All Elite Wrestling, you can damn rest assured Vince McMahon is shaking in his fucking boots right now. And TM, if you're watching, I'm gonna shout out to you because what you said to me was completely true. What TM said yesterday, and this really stuck with me. With Kenny signing with AEW, it shows that you don't need WWE. Yes, Kenny's a big star. He's one of the biggest stars in the world. Yes, I understand that. He's great in the ring, fantastic in the ring, and everything. He's right now the best in the world next to AJ Styles. Next to AJ Styles, Kenny Omega is the best wrestler in the world right now. Even the biggest stars doesn't have to go to the biggest company. With Kenny obviously going now to AEW for 4 years, according to what I heard, for 4 years. But we're going to talk about his contract in just a little bit. With a big star like Kenny Omega in AEW, shows you don't need WWE. It shows that money isn't everything. Well, sometimes to certain people, money is everything. But sometimes in life, money isn't everything. It completely isn't. This is what TM said to me yesterday, and I said nothing but complete facts about it. He spoke nothing but facts to it. Kenny, like a guy like Kenny, he could have went to Vince. He could have made all the money he wanted. But the one thing that separated Kenny from going to WWE was creative control. Vince offered Kenny a contract, but Kenny didn't want people to tell him what to do, say the things that he wanted to say, the whole 9 yards. Kenny felt like he didn't want people telling him how to run his character. And I can respect that. I can respect that. I can respect that. Sometimes, like I said, money isn't everything. And like I said before, Kenny could have went to Vince. He could have went for the money. He could have had this match with AJ Styles. He could have went to WrestleMania. Like the one WrestleMania match that he wanted was against AJ Styles. Was against AJ Styles. There were reports going on all over the place saying that Kenny wanted to fight AJ Styles. Oh, that Kenny wanted the main event WrestleMania. There were even people predicting, stupid people, predicting that Kenny Omega was going to be at the Royal Rumble a few weeks back. And I said, are you fucking serious? Kenny is not going to show up at the Royal Rumble. He's still in contract with New Japan Pro Wrestling. Why the fuck would he want to show up? And if Kenny saw Monday Night Raw for the past couple of weeks, I don't blame Kenny not coming to World Wrestling Entertainment. I don't blame him. I don't blame Kenny. But I respect Kenny so much even more now that he could have went to Vince and made all the money in the world that he wanted. But no. Kenny wanted to be happy and be with his friends. I said this, I believe, back on episode 1 of the podcast. I mentioned Kenny on that video. I said, if Kenny wants to make all the money in the world, go to World Wrestling Entertainment. If you want to not also make money, but be with your friends as well and be happy about it, go to AEW. That's how I feel about it. That's how I honestly feel about it. And I don't care what you guys feel about it. I really don't. Kenny made his decision, and he's going to stick with it for the next 4 years with AEW. And we're going to go over his contract right about now. So, Kenny, he signed the contract. Kenny Omega revealed on the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer Radio with Dave Meltzer that he signed a 4-year deal with All Elite Wrestling. Meltzer said this, and I quote, this is what Kenny said, and I quote, I remember signing my first contract with New Japan, and I was nervous because it was like, wow, a 2-year contract, that's a lot of time. A lot can change, Omega said. And now with AEW, I'm signing for 4 years. And it just felt natural. I didn't feel nervous. It's a large contract for me, largest one that I've signed. But I didn't feel like I was making the wrong choice, and it was cool to feel that way. So Kenny is obviously, end quote. Well, Kenny is obviously feeling happy. He doesn't regret that decision that he signed a 4-year deal with freaking AEW. He wants to be with his friends. He wants to be happy. He wants to be part of the elite. Let him be. People are criticizing, that Kenny will not make it in freaking AEW. Kenny is the biggest star in AEW with that signing. With that signing, Kenny is automatically the biggest star in that promotion. Let me say this now. AEW is gonna cause a storm in 2019. A good storm, not a bad storm. A really good storm. As in, and not only at the same time, I'm gonna mention this tomorrow. With Kenny now signing with AEW, this could force Vince to write better shows. Now, do you think Vince will write better shows? Of course not. It's Vince McMahon, for crying out loud. It's Vince McMahon we're talking about here. Vince is the type of person, and by the way, excuse me with the music in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but if you guys hear it, I apologize. I mean, it's been bugging me almost all day. But like I said, Kenny wants to be happy. Let him be. People are just fucking talking all this shit about Kenny. Oh, he signed with a freaking t-shirt company and shit, blah, blah, blah. Suck my dick. Suck my dick. Kenny signs a 4-year deal with All Elite Wrestling. Good for Kenny. I'm happy for him. Happy for him. Kenny Omega named Executive Vice President and says he'll be a full-time wrestler for All Elite Wrestling. Good. Good. Kenny Omega has officially signed with All Elite Wrestling. He made his first appearance for the promotion at Thursday's AEW Double or Nothing ticket announcement party at the MGM Grand Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada. He said he and his friends will now be able to show wrestling fans what change the world means. Omega noted that he didn't sign his AEW contract until Thursday morning. He became a free agent on February 2nd after his contract with New Japan Pro Wrestling had expired. He reportedly turned down a significant offer from WWE to join his friends Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks in the AEW. This is what I just said. And honestly, I think if Omega was to go to World Wrestling Entertainment, he would suffer. He would suffer. He would have people talk, like tell him what to do on his character, what to say, what to do, what not to do when it comes to his moves. No! That's not going to be the same organic, natural Kenny Omega that we once known. So honestly, like I said, this is good for Kenny Omega. This is good for All Elite Wrestling. This is good for Cody and the Young Bucks. This is good for everybody. Kenny gets to be happy, he gets to work with his friends, and he gets to make money. I just respect Kenny even more for doing this. And like I said earlier, Kenny signing with AEW with the big star that he is. This also proves that no matter what big of a superstar you are, you don't need WWE. Look at, for example, Cody Rhodes. Cody was a joke in World Wrestling Entertainment. He was a complete joke. Look at Kenny now. No, Kenny. Cody. Look at Cody Rhodes now. He walked out of the company. He took a chance with himself in the Indies. And Cody Rhodes now is one of the biggest names in indie wrestling history. He's one of the biggest names. So good job for Cody on that part. He's being billed as the Executive Vice President, the same title that Cody, Matt Jackson, and Nick Jackson all share. Omega also said he's a full-time wrestler for All Elite Wrestling. Good. 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 This is good for Kenny Omega. This is good for AEW. This is really good for him. This is good. Kenny Omega is, quote unquote, completely open to AEW working with WWE. I don't know what that means. I really don't know what that really means, to be honest with you. I really don't know what that means. But it's part of the news, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Kenny Omega could be key to helping AEW negotiate with other companies. It was said from the beginning that the cleaner could have changed New Japan Pro Wrestling's mind about working with AEW. Omega might work as a consultant of sorts to open... Hold on, this is just completely lagged on me. Give me a second, guys. I know exactly where I started at. If this can only go up just a little bit more... Excuse me, guys. My laptop has been bugging all day. Give me a second, guys. And give me a good... freaking second here. Can this go up? Okay, I'm trying to read this report. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Now my laptop wants to act up good. Okay, Omega might work as a consultant of sorts to open the door for many collaborations down the line. Being AEW's co-executive vice president gives him the clout to speak on behalf of the company as well. While discussing his goals with AEW on Wrestling Observer Radio, Kenny Omega said he's open to working with everyone, including WWE. The biggest stumbling block there is that WWE might not be interested. So this is what Kenny said, and I quote, if this can go down just a little bit more. Okay, we have an open door to everyone. When I say everyone, I mean everyone. I wouldn't want to put the cart before the horse, but even myself, I'm completely open to working with a place like WWE. Like, there is no evil entity, there is no war. What we are is a celebration of professional wrestling, and that means, hey, guess what? The CMLL guys that the AAA guys hate, or the AAA guys that New Japan hates. Well, some of their guys are better than your guys. That's just the way it is. We're going to use the best that is available to us, and we're going to have a very peaceful celebratory ring where everyone can show their craft, show their art. I think we're going to have a number of dream matches, or just, I don't even know if you would call them dream matches, but if you call them matches, you never thought you would see in a wrestling ring. I think it's going to create a more interesting landscape in professional wrestling for 2019 and beyond, and I'm really excited about that because again, there are all these different guys from all these different places that I never had the chance to work with, and now suddenly the door's been blown wide open. End quote. You see, Kenny has a great mind for the business, man. Great mind for the business. AEW might be more apt to work with World Wrestling Entertainment, but Vince McMahon's company might not be so likely to accept their offer. If a match isn't happening in a WWE ring or somewhere like Evolve, then it's probably not likely. Then again, you never know what can happen in professional wrestling. Kenny Omega seems to be open to working with World Wrestling Entertainment. He had nothing but good things to say about World Wrestling Entertainment and the fantastic deal they offered that he eventually turned down. It isn't likely, to be honest, because Vince McMahon wouldn't be willing to give up any portion of creative control. That's what separated Kenny Omega from going to WWE. Creative control. It's a two C's. If a superstar is not happy about cash, it's creative. And the majority of the superstars right now in WWE are dealing with creative issues. This is crazy. This is just fucking crazy. You see, I love how Kenny has a great mind for the business. He wants to work with everybody. And like Kenny said back on Thursday, he wants to change the world. Can you blame him? Can you blame Kenny? No, I would want to change the world as well. I would love to change the world if I was to be part of a professional wrestling promotion like AEW. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. And you gotta respect Kenny for what he just said. You gotta respect Kenny. You have to. Because, Kenny might not be in World Wrestling Entertainment, but he's willing to work with them. And I would be okay with it. I would be okay with it. Are you gonna complain about a Kenny Omega versus Seth Rollins match? Are you gonna complain about a Kenny Omega versus Daniel Bryan match? Are you gonna complain about a Kenny Omega versus AJ Styles? Or Kenny Omega versus Randy Orton? I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be. But let's hope down the line, Kenny AEW would work with World Wrestling Entertainment. I'm open with it. I hope you guys are open with that as well. Kenny Omega, on the fantastic offer World Wrestling Entertainment made to him. And like I said past also, what separated Kenny from going to World Wrestling Entertainment is creative control. Kenny Omega made his status official at AEW's poolside rally in Las Vegas on Thursday. It was a cold night, but when the cleaner arrived, it shook things up in a big, big way. Omega had some other choices, and he considered each option. Omega spoke to Wrestling Observer Radio, where he explained how working with World Wrestling Entertainment was during contract talks. He put the company over, but that didn't change his decision. And this is what Kenny said, and I quote, WWE's offer was, of course, fantastic. They went about it in a very professional and courteous way, and those guys are nothing but professionalists in the way they dealt with me. But at the end of the day, AEW presented me with something that just couldn't be beat. End quote. You know what? I'm with my best friends in the business, and I have a little bit of control over my own creative, which is always important. I also feel like it is my true platform for me to have my voice be heard, and I always have challenges. I always like challenges, and I like the prospect of this being a blundering failure. A blundering failure, yeah. End quote. Kenny Omega said that a part of him actually considered in signing with WWE. They would have made things easier for him creatively because he didn't have to work on coming up with things himself. This is what Kenny said, end quote. And I quote, part of me was like, do I really want to shut my brain off and have people write stuff for me, tell me what to do? It sounds kind of cool, actually, you know what I mean? End quote. New Japan took a lot out of Kenny Omega as he tried to tell stories that didn't take a lot of creative thought from the office. World Wrestling Entertainment wouldn't have presented him with this same challenge, but they would have dictated what he had to say. Like I said, when it comes to a superstar, it's either cash or creative. Vince didn't want to give full creative control to Kenny Omega, and look what happened now. Kenny Omega now signed with All Elite Wrestling, and I bet you All Elite Wrestling gave Kenny Omega the right to create his own stuff without having people tell him what to do, not telling him, oh, what you can do and what you can't do. This is the simplest things can lead to something huge. WWE had a gold mine in Kenny Omega. All you had to do was give him creative control. Just that Kenny didn't want people to tell him what to do, or have him tell him what to say or what not to say. Can you blame Kenny? No. Can you blame Kenny? No. World Wrestling Entertainment actively pushing unhappy superstars to combat AEW interest. Now, before I talk about this, if you guys made it this far into the video, hit that like button, man. I would really support you guys so much. I appreciate everything you guys have given me. I'm going to say this once again, like I said at the beginning of the video. I have uploaded content all week. You know, Raw review this week, SmackDown Live, NXT, Throwback to the pay-per-views, and Flashback Fridays. All those videos will be down below in the description. Thank you guys so much for lasting this late on the video. So we're going to talk about World Wrestling Entertainment actively pushing unhappy superstars to combat AEW interest. World Wrestling Entertainment doesn't want to have a workplace that people don't want to be a part of. After all, most World Wrestling Entertainment superstars work their entire careers to get to where they are, and if they want to leave, then it must be bad. However, the company is taking some steps to convince people to stay. We previously reported that World Wrestling Entertainment made a promise to Revival to focus on the tag team division, which they will be a focal point of. I'll believe it when I see it. We can only assume that the Usos were told something similar because World Wrestling Entertainment really doesn't want Jimmy and Jay leaving when their contracts are up in April. This is news to me, low-key. The Wrestling Observer newsletter noted that World Wrestling Entertainment has given unhappy guys more of a push and are upping pay with the new TV deals and Saudi money. Yeah, the blood money that you got back in November before Survivor Series. Yeah, that blood money. It is interesting that this report came out after Mike Johnson stated that the superstars will pull aside and offer bigger deals out of nowhere after the news broke about Dean Ambrose's upcoming exit after WrestleMania. Offering bigger contracts isn't anything new for WWE though. The company might be downplaying things, but AEW could be a threat that they are worrying about. And then people want to say that the AEW effect is not fucking real. What you want me to say about this? The AEW effect, folks, is real. Get used to it. It's real. It's fucking real. With Vince being this close to sign Kenny Omega over creative control. What the fuck does that say about the rest of the superstars in the back in WWE sitting and catering? What else can I say? I'm not surprised about this, low-key. I'm not surprised. Simple fact is because, hey, you fucked up guys like Bobby Roode. Now you're pushing them as tag team champions. Now all of a sudden you're getting the Revival on TV every single week. Yet you don't give them the Raw Tag Team title. At this point, if the Revival win the Raw Tag Team titles, it's not going to be genuine because it's fucking forced. Forced. Unnatural. It's like you're giving them the Raw Tag Team titles just to shut them up and they can stay in World Wrestling Entertainment. What makes you think they're pushing guys like Zack Ryder, Kurt Hawkins all of a sudden getting a push? The Revival. Finn Balor replacing Braun Strowman at the Royal Rumble? Yeah. It wasn't because because of Finn was Vince's backup plan. No, bro. No. Finn wasn't happy in his position at that time before the Rumble. And all of a sudden, you're giving him a championship match only to lose to Brock Lesnar. Fantastic matchup, though. I'm not going to lie to you. Fantastic matchup. But like I said before, the AEW effect, folks, is 100% real. And if you don't see that on Monday Night Raw, and if you don't see that on SmackDown Live, you're a fucking delusional fuck. Just gotta speak facts, bro. Just gotta speak fucking facts. If you guys don't think that the AEW effect is not real, you shouldn't be watching wrestling product, period. You just shouldn't. You just fucking shouldn't. All Elite Wrestling and their updated roster. Now with the addition, the acquisition right now of Kenny Omega, the AEW roster is looking a whole lot more stacked than it is. Now I'm gonna make a prediction now. I'm hearing that AEW has a TV deal in place with either TBS or TNT. I'm gonna say they'll get that TV deal in the summer. They probably have it in their minds that who they want to sign with. I don't know if that's even true or not. But if they do have a TV deal signed up in the back of their mind, they're gonna save it for the summer because you gotta do a show first. And Double or Nothing is looking like a pretty good show. Now we're gonna go over the wrestling, the male talent. You got Cody, Matt and Nick Jackson, Kenny Omega, Chris Jericho, Hangman Page, Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian, Scorpio Sky, Pentagon Jr., Phoenix, MJF, Pac, Trent Beretta, Chuck Taylor, Jimmy Havoc, Sammy Guevara, Joey Janela, Jungle Boy, Sonny Kiss, and Sema. Pretty good roster there. The female talent: Brandy Rose, Britt Baker, the boyfriend of the girlfriend of Adam Cole, Penelope Ford, Aja Khan, Yuka Sakazaki, Kylie Ray, and Nyla Rose. And the other talent: Alex Marvez, Billy Gunn, BJ Wilmer, Michael Corzari, Shakir Khan, Tony Khan, Dana Massey, Chris Harrison, and Excalibur. And don't forget Conrad Thompson. Also, don't forget Conrad Thompson. This is a good roster, but it's gotta add more guys. I feel like it's gotta add a few more pieces to the male talent, a few more pieces to the women talent. That's it. That's all you need. This is looking like a really good roster. Now, I don't know who will be the AEW World Champion. It could be Cody, it could be Jericho, it could be Hangman Page, and there's a list of guys here that can be the first AEW World Champion. Cody, Kenny, Jericho, Hangman Page, Pac. You got 5 guys there. You got 5 guys. If I was to pick one to be the first AEW World Champion, it would have to be Omega. It could be either Omega or Jericho. Omega or Jericho. One of those two. One of those two will most likely be AEW World Champion. That's my prediction. That's my prediction. Finally, guys, list of confirmed and expected matches for Double or Nothing in May. All Elite Wrestling has confirmed the first match for Double or Nothing event will be Pac versus Hangman Page. Oh, take my fucking money on that matchup. Take my fucking money. Another match that was confirmed, the Young Bucks versus Rey Fenix and Pentagon Jr. Take the whole house. Take the whole fucking house. I expect the Young Bucks versus Phoenix and Pentagon Jr. to main event all Double or Nothing. Yup, I said it. I expect the Young Bucks versus Pentagon Jr. Phoenix to main event Double or Nothing. SCU will face a team from OWE. Nia Rose versus Kylie Ray was teased. We got a transgender in indie wrestler Sonny Kiss will be appearing at Double or Nothing. There's no word yet who he will be wrestling yet, but it was noted that Chief Brand Officer Brandy Rose singled him out and signed him to AEW. Also, This is most likely to happen. Kenny Omega may likely have his first match in AEW against Chris Jericho. So we're getting Alpha versus Omega 2. You saw it at Wrestle Kingdom. That was a classic. Now, Kenny Omega versus Jericho at Double or Nothing. If this does happen, do they top what they did at Wrestle Kingdom? To be honest, no. To be honest, no. I don't see Omega versus Jericho topping what they did at Wrestle Kingdom a few years ago. It can come close to it. It can come close. But do I expect Omega and Jericho to steal the show? It's a possibility. It's a possibility. But if anything, out of this whole card, I expect the Young Bucks versus Pentagon Jr. and Phoenix to steal the show in Double or Nothing. And even the Young Bucks said that they're going to really focus on the tag team division and they're going to have some tag team matches, main event certain shows. I don't mind that. Tag team wrestling right now, especially in the United States, is dead. The main roster in WWE is just dead. The tag team division is just dead overall. If there's anybody, and I mean anybody, that can bring back tag team wrestling from above, no, from the ground under and take it to its highest level, it's the Young Bucks. It's the Young Bucks. We will most likely get Kenny Omega versus Jericho at Double or Nothing, considering what went down on Thursday. Jericho crashed Omega's announcement that the two had a brief brawl before Jericho went to the back, so Omega versus Jericho is likely for the event. Show's going to be good, bro. Folks, Double or Nothing is going to be a fantastic show. It's a fantastic show, and I can't wait for it. Thank you guys so much for watching. And this was, how long is it for? Almost 37 minutes. Thank God. Sheesh. There will be WWE news tomorrow on episode number 6. You guys are going to get that episode tomorrow on Sunday. So be on the lookout for that video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this AEW episode of the Wrestling Fan Podcast, smash that like button as hard as you possibly can. Comment down below what you guys thought of the podcast tonight, the news articles I went through today. Let me know down below in the comment section what you guys thought about it. If you guys are visiting the channel for the first time and liking this video and liking what you guys see on the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. Turn that bell for all notifications. I have a bunch of WWE news tomorrow. We go over everything. There's also an article going around that there's going to be Becky versus Stephanie down the road in 2019. We're going to go over that tomorrow. The original plan for Roman Reigns, if he wasn't going down with leukemia, what would have been his WrestleMania match? Let me tell you. It's not what you guys expect. We'll talk about everything on that tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video on social media, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow for episode number 6 of the Wrestling Fan Podcast. Hit the subscribe button down below. Turn that bell for all notifications. I will see you guys tomorrow for episode 6 of the Wrestling Fan Podcast. Until then, I'll talk to you guys later.